Well, family. Senegal has a new president and two gorgeous new first ladies. Yo! Welcome to Wake Up Africa or the Dr. Mumbi Show. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? Thanks to everyone who has been subscribed to the channel for a while. Make sure you haven't been unsubscribed, family. And thanks to everyone that supports us on Patreon. And this is your first time here. We're looking at connecting the dots to the new Africa because a new Africa is here. It cannot be denied. It cannot be delayed. It cannot be obstructed, no matter what Babylon does. And it's always been about developing and seeing that narrative for ourselves so that we add our individual and community fuel to that and really bring in a new dawn for our people. And people are excited. People are really, really excited about the new president of Senegal, family. He fought hard. At one point, he was even thrown in jail. The French puppet, allegedly, Sall, was even trying to get a third term extension. They tried everything at the ballot to keep him out. And, just because he's become president now doesn't mean that he's out of the woods. Because we misunderstand the nature of our enemy, of our opponent, and how determined he is to maintain this good life for himself that he can only maintain at our expense. A lot of these presidents' family are not just coming onto the scene just like that. Even if you look at the Burkina Faso guy and what the generals are doing in that region, these people are not just moving physically. These are people who have studied the opponent. They understand how the opponent moves. They understand the mind of the opponent because they've lived, they've interacted, they've observed the opponent firsthand. And so becoming president is not, that's like the first step. Almost the easiest step, and it ain't easy at all. The hardest step is maintaining your innocence and maintaining the presidency and maintaining the collective consciousness support. And Babylon will come for all of them. They'll come for the wives, they'll come to try and get your ministers to betray you, they'll come. The system is rigged for us to never have a truly honest leadership, family. But these are different seasons and times. I used to talk a lot about this book. If you're new, you must get it. Confessions of an Economic Hitman. I think before any president becomes president, that's the first book they have to be required to read and even pass a test on. Because Babylon clearly shows us, one of Babylon's own clearly shows us how they come for our presidents, how they try and initiate them first into secret societies, Freemasons and all that. If that doesn't work, blackmail. If that doesn't work, they bring in the economic sabotage with the jackals, where all of a sudden you're being forced to sell your national assets, food, electricity, all these things, water, all go into foreign hands. I mean, it's a serious game of chess, but he seems to be knowing. But if you see the leaders of today, they're not taking chances. I think like in Kenya, our current president, well, he says he's doing something radical, and in East Africa, that thing of Muzungu integration and Muzungu worship, it's the end of that generation, family, where we have to come into our own. And what he said is absolutely inspiring. And that's what I feel, because I've been asking, like, why is West Africa able to do so much apart from having Russia as a godfather? We acknowledge the ancestors in the wind. Why is it so much harder? Why are we not seeing any revolutionary anything in the East? I'd love to hear why you guys think that, especially my African scholars out there. And maybe I'll do a show on that once. They say that Africa is actually upside down, which would mean that East is West and West is East. And so if we've always been told that the revolution is coming from the East, so much wind. If we've always been told that the revolution is coming from the East, what if the East is actually West and the West is actually East? All I know is that Africa is changing right before our eyes. And we can use our absolute free will to make that happen for sure. Actually, it's going to happen for sure. But to make it maybe happen faster, and to make it happen for a wider collective of people. But those are stories for the day. Special shout out to everyone that supports us on Patreon. Definitely consider supporting us on that Patreon family. The Patreon has been supporting us since the beginning of COVID, especially after we got demonetized by YouTube. And we are so grateful that because of each and every one of them, we're able to continue to bring you the awakening news and influence our collective narrative. Tupo pamoja. Wake up!